Hello, everyone. I'm live. Woo. Hello. Trying my camera again, so that's fun. I still haven't figured out how to go from my computer camera to my phone camera. So if anyone knows how to do that, please send me an instant message and let me know how to do it. I wanted to talk real quick about planners because I'm really excited to jump into my planner. First, I wanted to start with some planner basics for anyone who doesn't know about planners. So this was my planner from last year. And I did this in a separate journal. So this isn't a journal. This is just more of a planner, kind of goals. When I would listen to an audiobook that would give me a good idea, I would jot it down. A good quote, a memory, things like that. I did stamping in here. Right, those are stamps. This was some collage, mixed media I did. So that gives you an idea. I have little bookmarks and pockets and things just to make it fun and interesting to go through, because a plain planner is just too dull for me. So this was my planner from last year. And then usually in the back I have these multicolored pens that I use for different things. You can see there's purple, like I just write in different colors sometimes. Anyway, and I use notebook paper that I cut to size. Right, here's a quote from John Gordon that I was listening to. So just kind of plans and goals and things like that. So that's a planner. And this size is called a personal size planner. This is the smaller version. So I'll put that aside. I just wanted to have you kind of see the basics. This planner is going to be my planner for this year. And we'll see if I can fit, once I show you all the other things I made, if I'll be able to still fit it in here or if I'm going to have to go to 2 planners. This time of year is a great time to buy a planner if you don't have one. Their last year's models I like to say, are on clearance. These, I think I got this one for $5. Here's a Webster's that I probably got for $10. So this is a great time to get them on clearance. If they have 20 pages in them, those of course could be taken out. You could just keep the month tabs. If you have one with month tabs, this one does not have month tabs yet because I'm making them. You can buy month tabs separate. But this one came with all these pages already in it. And this is essentially an undated planner. It had these corrugated sheets all in the back, and I've already kind of spread them out. My son had maybe this best mom ever bookmark for Mother's Day last year, so I keep it in there because that's special. And I'll fill it up with other things. I'm going to show you more about that. Now, if once I get this all full, it's too packed, which might happen, I do have an extra planner that I could use to do 6 months and 6 months, which is not a terrible idea either. This is a Webster's. Again, this is a personal size. See, they're big. That's maybe even a little bit bigger than that, but that's considered a personal size. This is a Fun Stampers Journey one, and that brand, I think, is kind of dying out, and so they had these on clearance. This is actually a few months ago, maybe Black Friday, and I got it super cheap, like $10, I think, and I don't think it had any pages in it. It was just empty. But so those are personal size planners. And I don't like to throw mine out. Now with my one that's full, I could reuse it. And someday I might, but probably not in the near term. This is a planner too. This is again a personal size. I was doing some I'm using some Elizabeth Craft Designs dies in here to make a little thing. This won't be a planner. I'm using a planner album, but I will use it for photos and stuff. This is going to be like a mini scrapbook album. It is not going to be a planner. So again, a great reason to buy these when they're on clearance. You can a lot of times get them cheaper than you could a photo album in that size. And you can buy photo pages that fit, or you can do what I'm going to do and just do like scrapbooking where You know, it's all fun and interactive. Right? So great options if you can get one cheap. This one was super cheap, I think, on clearance too, although it looks like I got a little pen on it. But it wipes right off. Okay. So now, to show you what I'm doing. So excited. I knew this calendar needed tabs. And I didn't have the month tabs for this size. And I didn't have a cutting die for month tabs this size. I have a cutting die for a planner slim, which is much smaller, so they wouldn't have hung out at all. That's a specialized size that I think Elizabeth Craft Designs promotes. And I didn't have any slim size. I just had the regular size. The length is right, but it was just too thin, and I didn't want to have to redo all the pages. But Elizabeth Craft Designs also, in kind of their set of page dies, makes this die, which I knew would cut the holes for here. So this is to take any kind of paper, put the holes in, make it fit. Awesome. I've got it. And I have a Cricut machine, and Design Space has planner pages, and I actually had already bought some kind of cartridge that had these kind of planner pages in. And the beautiful thing about Design Space is you can size them whatever size you need. So I could measure this and kind of make sure with the tab that they would fit inside and everything would be cool. The problem was, though, that they were designed to fit in a 3-ring binder size. So they had a hole, which wouldn't work in here. The 3-hole does not line up with this 6-hole punch at all. And it can actually cause kind of problems over here. And I didn't want this random middle hole. I didn't want it. And so I was trying to think, how in the world would I make this work? And I thought I was going to have to make the pages bigger so I could trim the hole off and then have to repunch it. And that just seemed like a lot of work, but I didn't know what else to do. But I do belong to a Cricut Design Space kind of newbies beginners group. And I asked on there, hey, so I have the planner tabs cuts, but they have the 3 holes. And I don't want the 3 holes. I need the 6 holes, which I have a cutter for. What can I do? Anybody have tips? And what they shared with me that I thought was super brilliant, and I hadn't thought of, was that you can put circles in each of the holes in the design online. So if you're in Design Space, you essentially see like a plain piece of paper that represents this, that you can size and manipulate, and it shows the holes that are going to be cut. That could drop circle shapes, because it has the ability to do shapes, drop circle shapes into each, and then group it and weld it, which then welding essentially sealed the holes shut. So no holes. So this is how the page looked once I ran it through my Cricut. Super cool. It uses some of this really fun patterned cardstock that I've had lying around, that I just have pieces of, that I see it and say, oh, I love this cardstock. And then it just ends up sitting around and not getting used. It'll be great for these planner dividers. Right, and then you can see I just would run it through my cutting machine. I use a little painter's tape to hold it down so it doesn't slide around. Run it through my cutting machine, and then I have the holes, and this will fit perfectly into my planner. So I could do right here, and open it up, and pop in January. And it's going to fit perfectly, just like that. And then the tab doesn't stick out a ton, because I didn't really want it to, but it sticks out enough. And I adjusted, some of the first ones are a little bit small, and then I adjusted them to make them even bigger. But it's really just so I can kind of see them, and they'll add some interest and texture. And then, so the beauty of this is all these pages. Not only can I use it to plan, but one of my goals for this year is to be creative more frequently in little bits and pieces. In 2020, I didn't, and even past years, I didn't do a lot of crafting until the weekend, and then I tried to jam it all in. And then anytime I had something else come up, I'd get kind of mad because it was taking away from the little bit of time I had to craft. But now that I'm not commuting, I have extra time, and I could spend 15, 30 minutes a day, that's not a lot, crafting every day, and then feel pretty good about it. Of course, the downside is if I get it too messy, I have to make sure it's clean by the morning, because my craft room is also my office for work, and I have to be on camera a lot for work in Zoom. But maybe I'll get like a green screen and put it behind me, and then I won't have to worry about that either. But I don't get too messy in a short period of time. But anyway, so I cut a bunch of other things. Like I cut these to make pockets. Now this one I cut with a pattern. Right, this will fold up and then I'll run it through my cutter. But I cut a lot of other pieces with just white cardstock. So just plain white. This is 110 pound, close to my heart, white cardstock. Right, and again, I'll put the thing on here, run it through the machine, and it'll go right in here. And then, when I want to be creative, I can pull this out, and I could stamp on here, I could paint on here, I could do both, paint and stamping. I could use pan pastels on here. I love to do stamping in pan pastels, actually, because I use Versamark ink, and the pan pastel sticks really nice on Versamark ink. So I can certainly show you that sometime, but I might do that. So that's a fun one. Alright, so I did these. Here's kind of a postage stamp cut. I just found some of these page cuts that I thought were kind of fun and interesting. A ruffle cut. Here's a different little scallop cut that I really liked. And then the envelopes, which are nice for sticking stuff in, and these are plain envelopes. And even the patterned paper. I could continue to do something on here, like the back side of these. Some of these is a little bit more plain, so I could do something on there. I could write on it. I could cut out something and glue it down on there. I could choose to just keep it as it is. I could say, you know, I don't want to watercolor this plane or ink up this plane. I could easily do it. These would actually work really well too on my gel plate, which would be fun. Well, this is a little bit thick for a gel plate, but I could still do it. They're small enough in size. So lots of fun. I could put washi on there, on the strips if I wanted to before I punched it, which might be fun. Or even after, then I just have to punch the holes again. I could use a regular hole punch for that. So lots of different options, but I'm really excited to build this, and I'll put it together probably plain, and then as I go through, I'll take pages out and do things with them. So it gives me an opportunity to kind of reflect and craft at a regular basis. And I won't always use this. I have other crafting and scrapbooking and card making things that I'll do, but I made I think 12 of these, so one per month of these. There's a couple extra envelopes that I made, and then these. So not a ton, but enough. And then, you know, these, I've got these little corrugated kind of craft paper pieces. And then even on here, these pages, while they're thin, would be really pretty, I think, for inking on. It would be great for stamping. You could probably pan pastel on there too if I wanted. I could washi on there too, stamp on there. You can do all of that. So I'm super, super, super excited to jump into this, and I can certainly show you all once I have it together, but I wanted to just show you what I'm thinking about for my planner. I don't know if any of you do planners. Hopefully I have some planner folks who are watching this video, but I think this will be fun. And then I also wanted to, sorry about the ruckus, also wanted to show you what we're going to work on, that's not it, for Try It Tuesday. 1 second, I didn't have it ready. Here it is. Okay, got stuck inside something else. So Christmas at work, we did a gift exchange, and the person who got my name knew that I liked crafts. And so she got me this quilling card craft kit. Look at that, so pretty. And I think I did quilling probably like when I was in 4-H. I did a crafting lesson in 4-H, and that's, I was a child, like high school. So it's been a long time, but this looked pretty and fun, and she got it for me, and I wanted to let her know what I thought of it. So I'm really excited to jump into that. So on our Try It Tuesday, we're going to try quilling. This is a Tessman's card kit. I think she got it on Amazon. So if it turns out fun, you know, you'll know where to get it. But I thought, let's give it a shot. Try something new. That's paper arts. So on Tuesday, join me to try some quilling. And don't forget to comment on Tuesday so that you can be entered in Win It Wednesday. And the Win It Wednesday wins something or things that I've made during Try It Tuesdays. And the January Win It Wednesday is Wednesday, January 20th. All right, everyone make plans to plan. Have a great day. Bye.